Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 42nd episode of DevKami, and I am Chilo.
I'm Tristan,
I'm
and
what?
swimming is there.
I can't recognize myself. I'm swimming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought who is that? I'm swimming by the
So,
way.
so you're the kind of species that cannot pass the mirror test.
Unfortunately, yes.
So,
So
it's gonna be a quick one. What is going to happen next week? Nothing.
Yes.
Thanks to because KLJS, Junior Dev, and KLJS and Junior Dev were combined into one single event early this month, so there will be none of them. So, and
Yes.
I want to talk about this new event. If you guys remember IAS that used to run the what you call it, Laravel Talks, the Laravel meetup.
Yep.
Is actually having. I actually have the link here. He's actually going to run next week, August 7th, data meetup about data engineering.
Yep.
So, and there's another event from him as well the next day.
Product school.
Product school, yeah.
It's the day before.
Yeah, the day before, yeah.
It's Tuesday, product school, Wednesday, data meetup.
So I have to sort of share it out beforehand because it's a new event. So yeah.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'll be there to record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's at the Faith office. Actually, there's an event today going on at the Faith office, Elixir Meetup. I think my mic just dropped.
Yeah. The mic drop.
Yeah, my mic dropped.
So they moved to.
They moved to a new office.
Yeah,
which looks pretty good to me. So I actually have the video from the meetup. So I'm going to share it out in the chat as well. So let's move towards forward to the Buzz Corner. What's going on within this week?
Oh, so many things.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna update some of the links, post these links to the social media as well. We're starting a bit late today.
Yes. Let's see. IBM bought Red Hat. There is old
No,
news.
it's old news, but it's finalized.
Yeah, it's final. No, it's old news as of it's last week news.
Yeah. It's actually it's actually pretty old. We knew about it for quite a while.
Yeah. It's old, but now it's finalized. So that's one thing. Strike. Oh yeah, this is important. I strongly believe that Strike preview is now open up to all Malaysian now. Those Strike the payment gateway. So I believe that it just open to everyone. Then we lost a lot of news. It's more like I lost track of the news.
We have a lot of news and stuff going on.
Yep. Go is now Yoda. You can only do but not try. So the committee do not reject the proposal to add the try statements, try construct statements in the Go programming language.
Yeah,
so it's officially a Yoda language.
Yeah.
Shut up.
There's no try.
Yes. And I think something to the details for Cloudflare outage is out as well, just so you know. And there's a lot of stuff. Anything that you found interesting on your side?
Nothing much. Beside Google Hangout is gonna be phased out next month.
Yeah, so we have to switch to something soon.
Yeah, and I think starting next month, a reminder is that there's a change in the Android distribution, but I'm not sure about the details. I have to check it out afterwards.
Yeah.
But that they are going to enforce 64-bit on the apps.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think we basically need to redistribute our app as 64 bits.
Okay.
Also next month, I think.
Yes. And also, not tech news, but this is important to me. Anybody that is 18 years old and above is now a voter in Malaysia. Malaysian citizen that is 18 years old is now a voter.
Really? It is passed?
Yeah, it's passed, and now
Oh,
they
okay.
try to get the automatic registration going.
Yeah, I would like the automatic registration because we have the IC system in the way.
Correct. So it's also interesting. Just in case you know, it's also interesting now because I hope that we can get more detail about how the technical detail for identification, because they need to clean up. I doubt they will share the information. But that being said, I believe it will be interesting if they manage to release the information how to they to consolidate identification, really have IC, then clean it up and all that. It will be a very interesting technical study to me as well. So there is something not related to technology. So should we go on, or should we try to?
Yeah, is there anything you want to share, Tristan? Oh, Tristan is not here. Oh, okay.
What just happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also
Sorry, I'm setting.
it's too late to do a PyCon Malaysia ticket sale now. I'm so sorry, but tickets is coming
Finish?
in. Yeah, it's more like closing, and people already start buying the normal price. A few people start buying normal price ticket. I just don't think it's fair to open it up when people already buy it. So that's that. So what we are going to talk about?
The
Since
events.
we lost
Like,
Tristan.
yeah, events. I think.
Events.
How does it come up? Yeah.
So do you want to talk
how
about
is it
history,
said?
or do you want?
Yeah, just talk about whatever you want right now. I need. I'm still posting stuff to the social media and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you go on.
So here's a few big. Okay, so let's start with the big picture, right? It's not that long ago that Malaysia is a dry area. We don't have a lot of tech event. But now that we have a lot, here's a few that we actually recommend. So a few active one that I will recommend is we have DevOps Malaysia Meetup. That's the DevOps Focus Meetup. They don't have a fixed date, but a lot of us do some ops anyway. This meetup that I will recommend because it's a lot hands-on and you have people that actually know stuff. The bus corner idea is actually from there. So
DevOps, yeah, it's a very good idea that
yes.
I think a lot of us are adapting.
Correct. In my opinion, DevOps meetup is very consistent when it comes to content and all that.
Yep.
And we actually had a chance to, unlike those days, nowadays we have a chance to visit different tech company in Malaysia, and they're more than happy to share the place. And it's important because, like it or not, everybody have to do dev and ops one way or the other. So this is the meetup that we literally don't have language war, and there is not much of a platform wars either. We use Linux, we use Docker one way or another, Kubernetes all the way. I never tried that, disclaimer, but so everybody had an idea what it is. Huh?
I'm just a user.
Yeah, but I would recommend. That's the first event that I recommend. Now, another event I would recommend right now is actually the JS meetup. Again, just because we have to use JavaScript.
Yeah.
Pretty good hands-on. Kevin is running the event very well. Kudos to him. I'm not a front-end guy, but every time I go there, I manage to learn something. Though my colleague disagree, but they're damn good. So that's another story altogether.
Yeah, I think it's good.
JavaScript had a fixed date, right? Do you remember?
It's not exactly fixed. Let me check the past calendars.
They try to do it on the Wednesday, but not always.
That's why it's called JS Wednesday.
Yeah. If you're interested, go. A few big.
It's often as the last or second last Wednesday.
Yep. no fixed event. This is also cool because companies willing to share the space to use. So a good opportunity to visit different company and talk to the technical person. Then junior dev, junior dev. Ironically, do not have that many junior dev in it.
It's actually good. Like sharing stories is actually very useful.
Correct.
Because
I recommend.
What? Yeah. Just
No.
go on.
Go on. It's good in a way that this is a general tech meetup. In a way that you do not want to focus on too technical, but it is technical. So
It's like a preview. It's like a preview into like how communities and how support looks like. Community support.
Precisely.
Looks like.
Reason why junior dev is good. One, ironically, you don't have a lot of junior dev. Just kidding. It's like 50-50. Two, there's actually two type of session. It's split evenly. One is the senior dev endowing wisdom. And the second one is actually a junior developer share their knowledge. And this is very important because often when we go to a tech meetup conference, it's assumed that you must be the elite among the elite to share.
Yes,
no, it's not. Junior Dev KL had, and maybe even around the world, that encourage new people come in, share their knowledge. And that's very important. It's a safe space for you to share.
It's actually very important for the senior people as well.
Correct.
Like I have to keep stressing is that because we don't know because the way we pick up is different from how people learn nowadays.
Correct.
So it's very important to know like the pain points and whatever that is
correct.
Might be useful or might be certain things that we take for granted, like we assume that everybody knows.
Yes. For example, nowadays a lot of developers start directly from front end and do not have to fight with the operating system nowadays. Not true now. Nowadays, those days we really have to struggle to print books and stuff. It's a very different world now, and that is good because the only constant in IT industry is change, right? And also one thing to plug about junior developer, we'll share the link later. Any of you that happens to be new industry, join them. I recommend you to join. Talk to you want to share something? Good. Talk to Kevin again. He's active. Then if a senior that thinks you have some wisdom to share, go. But here's what I suggest, senior. You're not there to push down the junior, not put them in position. No, that is not how it works. In fact, this is why certain culture in Malaysia is very toxic. We want to change that.
Yeah, we don't want like I'm not sure how it work, how the situation with other environment, but we try not to let the beginners experience what we had.
Correct.
Like instead of a lot of cultures, they actually like just like fraternity. They want you to go through stuff that they went through. some sort of things.
Not here.
Like yeah. Because it's a waste of time and resources.
So
to do that, because these are the issues that we've been trying to solve and been trying to avoid others people from doing.
Yep. Correct. So I suggest that Dr. Kevin.
Yep.
So this is the 3 event. The next one is Ruby Meetup. I'm not a Ruby person, but they have very good
consistently
meetup.
first Tuesday of the month.
First Tuesday of the month.
Yeah.
These tend to be happening at Rapid River Software, but occasionally go to somewhere else.
Yeah. Nowadays it's
depends on the organizer.
River, yeah.
Correct. Ruby Tuesday. Look for it.
Yeah.
Very good event, full of content.
Yeah, also one of the biggest.
Then Golang Malaysia Meetup.
Golang is a bit.
Correct. They are the biggest.
It's a bit. I wind down some of the like monthly. It become like bi-monthly. So that until we can scale the quality and we get more speakers. Then if you notice, like
Yeah.
previously in Golang Meetup is similar to our DevKami podcast. We didn't actually prepare. We just come in and
Yes.
we're gonna talk about something. But I try to have a fixed topic every month, and
Yep.
and it's actually people seem to prefer this kind of fixed format. So that'll be the
Mhm.
thing it is. It's normally
Correct.
going to be at Taxuri unless you want to somebody wants to sponsor the venue.
Yeah. And I think what event do I miss? Oh, Rest Meetup, very small group. Very
Yeah, by monthly as well.
yes.
Check it out where they are consistent. It is basically Ivan and Jeffrey.
Yep.
Yeah, but they've been doing it and they've been trying to do like even screencasts and things. Very supportive.
Correct.
If you ask them, check it
Mhm.
out and check those people out if you're picking up Rust.
Yes. And we have quite a number of those events that we didn't know about that we are not very familiar with. For example, a Tech Up by IO Foundation.
The Tech Up is mainly a
They
workshop.
help to organize some event all the time.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
mainly about workshops. Yeah.
And the concert event. Correct. Wow, we don't. But we I just realized that we don't have that many events.
It's actually we have to give a shout out to Elixir as well. They've been trying it out.
Oh yeah, it just happened today.
It just happened today because I didn't get to join it because it's on Thursday. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. Then occasionally have AWS, but AWS meetup is you need to look at the schedule.
Yeah.
It's mostly organized by AWS Malaysia, the company.
Yeah.
Then
I want to like talk about afterwards.
yeah,
you're gonna finish whatever that is first.
I think I run out of event. I mean, there's Python Malaysia, but that depends on me.
I want to talk about Engineers Mind.
Yep. Go on.
Basically, I'm still the person recording. So, but there are actually people that are expressing interest. Like, there are people who already like some of them acquired the list of hardwares, and some of them are going to be there to help out with the recording. But what I want to, it's not that I'm not being supportive, but I only go to community hosted events. So basically, like it has to be not associated with a brand or company.
Yeah.
So
there's a reason why as well, because company. Okay, it's good that company are supportive about tech community event.
Yeah.
A traditional way of recruiting, knowledge transfer, and all that have been in house.
Yep.
We recruit, we get people in, to keep the knowledge inside.
Yep. And my another concern is for the recording is also right now colloquially I'm not asking this every single time, but some like if I remember it, I'll actually get the consent of the speaker.
Yeah.
Like if they are not comfortable or that is not supposed to air out so soon, like happen to the Angular ones, like I'm not posting it to the full video right now because there is some legal kind of a binding to the sound of the speaker. Like exclusivity, yes, there are exclusivity in talks as well.
Yeah.
So even they can present it, but to record and to broadcast it is a different case. So that is what I am concerned about, like the ownership, especially when it's associated with a brand. Like let's say if Maxis has an event, like but of course also like when it's associated with a company, they have their own budget and stuff to do it themselves, I think.
Yes. So which is why sometimes we don't talk too much about company sponsored event.
I still go to some of them.
Yes. There is usually you will see some of us there. It's a good networking session.
Yep. Put it this way, how to identify is basically a brand. Like DevOps Meetup is fine.
Yeah.
Docker from Docker is not.
Yes.
If it's a Kubernetes meetup that is organized not related to the like company or anything, I'll still even AWS if they are not paid or anything associated with AWS. But I try to cover technology that is not exactly exclusive to a certain user group.
Yeah. Yes. And my little rules for that is a little simple. There is technology that do not actually created by company. A programming language is one of those things.
Golang.
Ruby,
Was.
Ruby, Python are not always created by a company.
Yep.
Golang is a bit more complicated, but
It's still
they are
pretty much.
mostly-
I think it's still pretty much dictated by Google. Even though there are
yes,
some committee people in there, but the main direction is still dictated by Google.
correct. But it's also a bit more complicated because Google are not selling Golang.
Yeah.
The
Rust
same
is,
way as
Rust is. I
What my
think
rule for
Rust
Rust?
is community, even though it's the original guys were from Mozilla, but it
Mozilla.
feels very much like a community effort to me.
Yes, and also it's because of Mozilla is part of their DNA.
Yeah.
Swift can be that. In fact, Swift. In fact, I don't think Apple Malaysia are doing promotion for Swift, so chances it's a community event. So yeah, it's not always clear, but it's a decision. It's less of an issue. Just join any. It's not a problem. It's more of a problem for if you want to volunteer to share the video to engineers to employ, for example, because of the materials.
Oh, I also want
So,
to. I also want to
Yeah.
explain a bit because I received this feedback
Yes.
that people have no idea what engineer's mind is. Like sometimes when I get onto the chat room, it's like, what are these guys doing? Like they are not exactly doing planning or doing any stuff. That is the purpose of the chat room, for people to coordinate. We expect that when you join it, when you join the meetup, you are either you have something to offer or to share, to find people to exchange opinions or knowledge, and also you are actually trying to do something with the community, like starting up the community and things like so we can like sort of get tips and tricks, pull resource or something, like get recommendation. Whether you can recommend me a company or a sponsor, or
it's too transactional as a community.
So yeah, it's not exactly a community. I would like to call it a meta community.
Yeah,
it's a community to support the community.
Yes. So, but in a way that it's not something transactional. You have to join because you have something to offer. Not true. It's like your village, right? You don't stay in your village because you work and pay stuff. That's not true. You need a group of people to get. You need a group of people together. Then from there you get the benefit. But you do not go in there because of the benefit. You go in because now I get really into anthropological way of thinking. But what engineers buy for, it's a gathering place. That's one, right? You need to know that because it's easier if you know that there's other like us exist for various reasons. If you have to think about you want help, that's fine. You have something to offer, that's fine. But it's not just that. If you're going just that, you lose a lot of stuff. Benefit for a community.
You lose a lot of stuff, and you have no idea what we are doing.
Correct. A community exists because there is people that share the same interest.
We forgot to mention. I just remembered we forgot to mention Malcolm's workshop.
Malcolm's workshop.
I need to give a shout out to him because this guy is doing a whole day workshop, like almost every week, or at least once or twice a month.
Yeah.
Continue. We're all on the place now.
We're really out of place.
Yeah.
So, why join the community or that? The reason is less of you get something out of it. It's more of you may or may not get something out of it. You're just there for sake of there, right? Because we're social animals.
It
is weird for a guy that's
Yep, if you are there to get enlightened, somebody tell you to do something, that is not
Yes.
the place where we are not there to tell you stuff. You're
Yes.
supposed to, if you have like opinion, but be nice to each others, follow the rules,
Correct.
do express them, do
Yes.
agree to disagree because it happens.
Yes.
Because this is how the world works.
Yes.
We need the diversity.
Yes, and and here's I want to bring in the history of community event, right? So when we do we've been saying that for a long time. Me and Chi Leong is a beneficiary of the earliest open source community of sharing knowledge,
Yeah.
right?
That's how we get to entry point to the knowledge.
Yes.
We really learn stuff. Find jobs. We basically almost like try to avoid working with each others, but we basically work
Yeah.
with the similar group of people as well. So
Right. We actually go there not because we want to take only, right? Because we go there because we like, oh, people like us down there, so we just go there with friends because we're social animals. That's how I start. So I want to go there to learn, but you realize that when I go in, I find there is a tribe of people. So, and I think that's good for me because I like to be in a tribe, right? So that's how community works. Despite that, the people keep asking us, what's the point of doing a community event? What do you get from it? And that's the issue. It's not always clear what do we get from it. Do we get knowledge? Yes. Do we get friendship? Yes. Do we get job? Probably not. But do we get money? Definitely not. That's the thing that people look at us weirdly. If you don't get money, what's the point? I do not know what happened with Malaysia. So it's like, why the hell you start a community for a few years and that's it, right? What do we get from it? Yeah, you get a lot of stuff, just not money. Probably not money,
good.
but there's an effort for it, right?
Yep.
So
So Tristan, since Tristan is here now again,
yes,
with us,
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, it's a bit choppy internet.
it's fine.
yeah. So actually, I've been ranting like, why the hell we join, run and do a community event, etc, when we don't get paid. So how about you?
I think you just
really,
mentioned a lot of the things that I was going to mention. I kind of understood what the topic was because you were listing everything off.
oh no. So originally we're talking about like best event to go right now.
Shout out to
that
the
we recommend.
organizers.
Yeah. Then we explain what is engineers.my.
Yeah.
What's the
This
point
group
of
of
doing
people that
engineers.my?
doesn't have any agenda. Like,
Yeah.
like when you get in,
Yeah.
like people talking about random stuff.
Correct.
Mhm.
I mean, like, and just why like
Yeah, correct. It's like the Explorers Club in the US. People do not go to Explorers Club because they keep wanting to explore.
Yeah.
So that's the point of exploring. That's the point of having Adventures Club, Explorers Club. Oh, that's an actual club in the US. You go there, you talk to funders to fund your exploration, but it's also a hangout place but you need to be explorers, so you need to go to exotic places those days.
Oh,
for-
is that the Instagrammer influencer thing where they go?
No. When you're in Explorers Club, you're talking about some people that do
that's like the
research
Burning Man,
for
right? For
apes.
the influencers nowadays.
Yeah. No, Explorers Club is very prestigious, but it's one of those old traditional societies, right?
It's
Gentlemen's
like Boy
Club.
Scouts, like
Huh?
Boy Scout like traditional.
Yes. You're talking about they're founded in the 1800s and they go down to explore the unknown place of those days. For example, they go to weird places, right? The Apollo astronaut are automatically part of the Explorers Club
Okay.
because they went to that's the level. So you're talking about people that go to the seas, go to research in the jungle for stuff. So those are And to go in, you need to do those kind of things. Explorers Club. Just share it to you. This is interesting. But there are also a gentleman's club. In a way that you got people, they got a lodge, you get there, you hang out and you discuss, right? Yeah, engineers don't mind, it's like that.
Is there a ladies club as well? Sorry.
Yes, yeah, you have a lot of that actually. Believe it or not, you have a lot of that in the early days, but for some reason we just lost that. A gentleman's club is one of those things. You should watch The Crown. The gentleman's club is where you got a group of men to go together, then they mess up so badly. Then the queen had to force the
I think we need to do an episode of like trivial knowledge from swimming. I actually learned a lot of this stuff from chatting with swimming, like Explorers Club.
Yeah.
One curious question is how did you find out about these things in the first place? How did you find out?
Oh man. Put it this way, so before Wikipedia, I spent too much time on books. Okay, I've spent way too much time on books. And not just technical books, I like all sort of books, right? Nowadays I read more of this kind of book, right? But before this, I actually interested in when I was 11, 12 or so, I understood the concept of explorers.
Okay.
Right.
There's a bit
so as in they talk about going through the Niagara Falls, Victoria Falls, meeting with animals. There's story, right? It's toward the end I realized that there are white people oppressed the natives, but that said, there's a romanticism out of that. I like dinosaurs when I was young. So before Wikipedia, I spent a lot of time on books. With Wikipedia, I spent way too much time diving into the links. So, yeah.
Well, what were we talking about previously again?
The point of engineers don't mind is like the Explorers Club.
Yeah, you have an idea.
They have launched for now. Yeah. So I'm sharing links for that. So they don't Explorers Club people. So it's like people come to us not just because they want to fund their project, hire people, share not, or only talk about code, right? We also talk about, we slightly go into detail. We hang out, right? We hang out. What group us together is because we are both technical persons, we're engineers, system engineers, software engineers, hardware engineers. But we come here to hang out, and we don't just push knowledge or share knowledge. We just put it there, then we discuss from there. We are not formal in a way that it's a training, but we are there. That's the point of having engineers online. That's my point of it. It's an Explorers Club.
Everybody has the good thing about it is everybody who is sort of involved have their own different opinion or or idea of what it is. So yeah. that is supposedly a good thing. I think that's the purpose of because it is us. Everybody there is supposed to shape what it is.
Yes.
But how is it different from, let's say, something like Toastmasters or Mensa or something like that?
Toastmasters has an agenda.
Whereas Mensa don't actually have one.
Mensa doesn't have it, but Mensa at least has. But Mensa has a qualifier.
And that's and hang out then in between, solve puzzle or whatever. But they don't have a Mensa. Engineers don't mind. It's more Mensa than Toastmaster.
It's not Mensa. I don't like the word of. I don't like it because you need to qualify for Mensa.
Yeah. It's elitist. Except we are not elitist at all. But people do not understand what we're talking about anyway.
Yeah.
But just
Toastmaster has an agenda. Yeah, and Nicholas here, he mentioned that Toastmaster has a course, like they're supposed to train you to do something.
Correct.
Be able to talk, like present a talk or something.
Correct. Yeah, in a way
but
that
isn't that like the purpose of many of the meetups that we have? Like, for example, like Ruby meetup,
yeah.
DevOps, they're supposed to
those are
training you to do
activities.
those things.
The line between activities and goals are very thin among technical communities like us. Meetup is a goal, is a activity, it's not the goal. Do you agree with me?
Mm.
The goal is to improve.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to gather and improve our profession. And
Or
improving
to
profession do not necessarily mean just training.
or to busybody what is going on with others.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. That's
So
what the one of the perk is, you get to visit others' office
yes,
without having to have a like working relationship with them.
correct. So we are not put it this way. The goal for I believe a goal that we should have for something like engineering is not something too formal. Something very basic to improve our profession one way or another. And we along a lot of episodes of DevKami, we go like we do not necessarily just knowledge, but also support, also how those are ways to improve the profession, right? Not just meetups, not just training. Another good example that is more common is the bar council, where you got lawyers.
Yeah, but there is a qualifier as well.
Yeah, there is a qualifier. There's a problem. A lot of the professional organization requires you to be qualified in something.
Yeah.
IT is awesome for one reason. Everybody can join as long, well, there is a implicit qualifier, but even if you do not have anything, you're welcome. But it's a bit more complicated in a way that it's easier if you know the knowledge. So
But isn't the qualifier?
qualification is more implicit. Huh?
Yeah, so I think the qualifier there is like interest in technology, right? Because if
Correct,
let's say
correct.
you're a recruiter but you're not interested at all and you just spam the group, then most likely you're not going to be accepted. So there still is a
Correct.
qualifier.
It's implicit.
Well, I would
It's
say that
not
the reason why
explicitly
there
stated.
is a group that forms is that it's because there is like some commonality with people, and that is your
Correct.
qualifier, that there's something common about these group of people.
Correct. In this case, professional organization is easiest to think about because they work at one thing.
I think put it this way, like the things about the difference of tech community is we actually what can they uplift the skill until you
Yes.
are able to. I mean, if you want to be, it's supposed to be like uplifting you. Then that you have to reach certain like proficiency until you can join this or something like that.
Correct.
I think it's supposed to be
In a way,
empowerment or something. I don't know what's the word.
correct. In a way, we are not too different from guild either, but we are not too formal, right?
But there should be a line if it's gonna be moving forward. So
yes.
like yeah.
So here's a catch, right? You're right in a way because I've run technical abilities for so long. I have no idea what is the line because should it be formal or less formal and all that? I don't have a good answer.
Put it this way, like I have to like lay out my agendas. There's no agenda. It's just I don't like to complain.
Yeah.
And stay at complaining. Like if people say like there's nothing going on, then just do something because of that.
Yeah.
It's very bad in the long run. It's gonna be like be really careful to not burn out. But it's actually that is the, for me, that's the the modus operandi.
Yes. So yeah. So what I'm sharing is about trade guild. It's probably
similar to that. Yeah, it's they offer training, apprenticeship, jobs.
Yes, and also hang up place and all that, but we do not control you. That's the big difference. So
yes,
that's the big.
I can say it's a guild.
Yeah, guild is the closest I can think of about what is.
Yeah, but guild is
community in Malaysia, right? Software community in Malaysia. So that's the thing. So yeah, but So either way, I don't have a strong idea what should
Not
we do
necessarily has
other
to be
than the fact
technical.
that
The idea is actually it's much more the good thing is that it's very common in the community sector because it seems to be like how it's been working out. Because last time like,
Yeah.
there were some those frackers and some meetups because
Yeah.
of that. But they are people from other sectors who want to do these things as well, and I think that it's very important for them to get used to the format.
Yeah.
Like this is what I've been trying to do with other groups as well.
What are they not used to? Like, what are their complaints?
To
What
like
are they?
like what's the purpose of attending meetups? Like what are we supposed to do in the meetups? Like the agenda, the purpose of that thing, because for them it's like everything needs an really fixed agenda and somebody always can gain. Like I attended this, so I can get this or that, something like that. It's not seminar is something that or is everybody is familiar with. Even though like even conferences in some cases are actually seminar. For me, seminar is if it doesn't involve people interacting with each others, it is just a seminar. It's just a few group of people telling a large crowd what is supposed to be and this and that. Well, for me,
So I guess, yeah. So this one is more of like a social activity then.
social, yep, and grow like you have sharing of idea, work together, something like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be
So almost
really
like
a.
it's almost like going to church, right?
It is
You
like
Yeah,
a
have
church.
yeah.
you have social, and
Yes.
then you have like sharing, and then some people sharing, bearing witness to this new technology that they've learned or something.
It
No,
is
precisely. Church is a good example for
meetup
it.
actually follows the model of churches.
Yeah.
I mean, even and community building because a congregation is literally a community.
Yes.
So
You need to think of us now. What is
it is like churches.
yeah. You need to think that all these are communities, not in our in the traditional definition, right?
So swimming was cutting out. I thought you were going to say cult instead of communities.
No. Even a cult
The
is
cult of
a
swimming.
community. Even a cult is a community, but let's say cult had a problem where you got a person that's too controlling. You got one person's vision and there's no way out.
So it's like Python then.
Yes,
No,
but
the
you can
difference
change
of cult
other
is,
language
you
actually.
you don't have to divorce your wife, leave your children,
Correct. We do not exclude you.
throw away your personal belongings, whatever.
So which is why I don't think that we are guild in a way, because guild controls the skill and knowledge, whereas the software community down here do not control people. I mean, like, for goodness sake, if you like Rust, go take Rust. In fact, learn multiple language. I don't care. You know what I mean? But we are still a community simply because we are a group of people with a shared interest. So the shared interest, our interest in the craft of building software, for example.
Oh, yeah. Or solving real world problems.
Correct.
Yeah. We need to talk about that again. Like, what's the purpose of doing technology?
No, what's the well, the short answer is
technology. What is technology?
Well,
We're gonna cover that not now. We have 10 more minutes.
yeah, but so here's the point of here's the wrap up, right? I don't know what I wrap up for, but I don't even know what to wrap up for. But here's the final thing about what's the point of doing communities, informal software communities. The short answer is you get benefit, but not the way you think. So what's the benefit here? You may gain knowledge, but you may share knowledge. You may hire people you do not hire all the time. But what you do really get is a relationship in a way that not necessarily professional, but think more friendship than professional, right? I'm not collegial, not a transaction. So you're not talking about like a teacher which you pay money to learn or master all that. It's a group of people that share the same knowledge, which you are free to leave, you are free to join. But you may ask help, but you may have something to offer.
You may choose to worship streaming. Basically, DevKami is actually masquerading the. It's actually a facade of the cult of streaming.
Yeah. Go to island. Go to island next month.
And we go listen to his sermons every Thursday at 10
Yes.
p.m.
Do not bring your wife. If anybody hates me, divorce them. Leave. Cut them off. But on a serious note, this is why I do. This is why I do. This is why I'm involved in engineers.my or whatever software development communities down here. It's just a people. Just go there, meet friends.
You don't have to really like contribute. Like I mean, there's no scorekeeping.
Correct.
Like, whatever you do is because everybody here is busy and stuff. It's just by collective efforts. Like Nicholas, it's always supportive. Like attend a lot of the meetup as well.
Being present.
Yeah, always present. That is actually a very nice effort from.
Yes.
Yeah, and
and that's it. Really, don't think too deep.
Yeah, don't think too deep. You just do or do not.
Like Golang.
Like Golang. There's no try.
There's no
version
try.
2 will have try, right?
No, they cancelled the try. That's why that's what the joke about. They actually scraped the proposal for introducing the try keyword. So now there is no try.
Yes.
So you can't
Golang
try.
is Yoda.
You can't try.
It's a Jedi.
Yeah.
So okay, I think I'm done now because if I go further, I'm going to zoom into something that boss people out.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what the shout outs on YouTube?
Oh yeah, let's go to that.
Shout out is Nicholas just completed his competent communicator course from Toastmasters. Congratulations.
Awesome.
And he
What
mentioned
does that give you?
it's like achievement. You are more competent in communicating now.
Yeah.
Is there like levels? Like you now have communicator level 2 or something?
No idea. We need to get Nicholas up here to talk about Toastmaster then.
Maybe give him like a 5-minute in extemporaneous speech.
Yes.
And they are actually non-technical meetups nowadays, like cooking, parenting, flying, medical, photography.
No, those are the really traditional meetup that people knows.
Yeah. Either
There's
it's a hobbyist gathering, but the difference is I think tech because we're lucky because we have sponsors and stuff, and and the good thing is I'm not saying most, but a lot of the non-technical meetups they are first not exactly free because of course somebody has to pay for it, right? But in our case, because the community in large people has a more better idea of how tech community is, and they are more willing to sponsor nowadays.
Yeah.
And also like because of that, there are certain groups that try to push their agenda, like photography, like for Canon only, something like that.
Yeah. So AWS only, no Azure.
Yeah, but it's actually I think the AWS group is actually fine.
Yeah, I know.
There's
It's not
the
like a
Kale
choice,
backpackers as
okay,
well.
actually.
Yeah.
There's the Kale backpackers. There's like I think they have the Internations or something, which is for expats in wherever country there is. So there's one in KL before, but that one is expensive. When they say expats, they actually mean the multinational company expats, who live in hotels every day. So
Yeah.
And I don't want to be too racist about it. There's some racism involved as well in the word expat.
really,
Yeah.
I don't go to those meetups so much. Of course, there's like
I
the
took a
social
step,
dancing as well. You should go for the social dancing ones. Maybe sometime in the future we should, like, if you all go for dancing.
You should all go to some non-technical meetups.
Yeah, we can talk about
I don't
how
do that.
dancing or singing is very similar to programming.
Yeah.
where you
Okay.
Music is
assemble
actually very
certain
similar to
concepts.
programming.
Yeah, so you assemble certain concepts together, and they either create something nice or something not so good. And it's really about pattern detection. It's
Dancing as
very,
well.
very similar.
So it's deep learning.
Yeah. You don't have to go there to dance. You can just there to watch.
No,
To
that's
study.
That's
okay. Yeah.
creepy though,
You
because
Huh?
you're just there to ogle people. Dancing, that's not very. I don't know if you'll have a good reputation there.
Oh, okay.
You should try. You should participate. So that's the thing.
No,
Yeah.
that's the point
You
of
want.
PPTM.
you have to participate.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
All right.
I think
Oh,
that's an
Chris
important
actually
thing about dancing.
knows about social dancing. We actually need to get Nicholas and Chris up here to talk about those groups that they know, so it can burst our own filter bubble.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
then suddenly
and
I
actually
only
has
know
a
computer.
notation. Nicholas actually mentioned like musical notation, but for I remember there are some for ballet, but I'm not sure if
There are
it's specific for some or there's a generic notation.
no. So there
Mhm.
some people try um to create notation for jazz and for ballet
Yeah.
and
I think there's a
for
notation for
gymnastics.
notation system for ballet.
Yes, because you have like if you're going for traditional, right? Jazz is like an offshoot of ballet, so they're
Yeah.
more like rebellious in that sense.
Yes, it's
But
more
in
free
Yeah.
form.
ballet, because you have like very specific figures that you have to work with, it's like
Yeah.
keywords, right? It's like Go, you have
Yeah.
like this one keywords,
Yeah.
then it's easy to create a notation. But if it's something like jazz or we'll say Ruby, for example, where there are keywords, but there are also like user defined
Yeah, you have
functions
DSL.
that look like keywords, it's very much more difficult to create a notation for that.
So do you dance,
All right.
Chris? Just asking to the chat.
I think Nicholas went to some of the dance events. I might have seen him sometime in the past.
Okay. I'll be trying to get involved with the local artsy scene, even though like I try to deny it. I try to go to like gallery, indie movie showing
Mm.
and stuff.
I'm planning to go to.
That's
I'm
actually a
planning
pretty
to
vibrant.
look at the art scene in Malaysia.
I
Yes.
actually just noticed that there are some. We have quite an active indie movie scene locally. So
But
Mhm.
like,
isn't it because like he was that the movie something I forgot TMC? What was the movie theater? The two of them, TNG. I forgot. Like they sometimes will have an indie movie
yeah.
showing.
And there's actually one movie theater in town near the what they call the Chinatown. It's called Rex KL. They have a lot of stuff going there as well.
Oh yeah, there's an old one
Yep.
convert into something artsy.
Yep. And Nicholas
Talk
say
about art.
it's not
I
him
know
that you
one.
saw, Tristan.
Sorry.
It's not Nicholas that
Mhm.
you saw.
Oh, okay.
So Chris actually has a lot of say about Pele.
Uh,
We should actually get him up here to talk about Pele.
mhm.
Oh,
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know whether I pronounce it right.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just so you know, talk about arts. There's a Da Vinci exhibition in the National Art Gallery now.
Wanna go there?
I'm considering it out of border.
Oh, okay. Is that near the public
It's
transport?
not any replicas, but it might be interesting.
I only go to places where they are accessible
No, it's
by
the middle of
public
nowhere.
transport. Then too bad. I don't want to drive.
Yeah, there's a bus pass by lah. There's a bus lah, but the problem is the place is so jammed.
Oh, okay. We actually should do a something like a walk around, like just recommend an event, not necessarily about tech, but like just probably in meetups or something like Nicholas, if you
Yeah.
want to share. Just to we're not gonna put on the calendar, but we can actually gather there like to have a sort of like a meta meetup sort of thing, like go together. As long as it's near public transport for me.
Yeah. I mean, technically, the place is not isolated. It's on the main road, but the place always jam, and there's one
Yep.
bus pass by. There's
I
a
think
few
we have,
buses that
yeah,
pass
I
by.
think we have to wrap up now. So very random, but I hope
Yes.
it's a the, the discussion should be productive. I don't know. I kept losing out words
Nah.
nowadays. Is there a name for it? Like I have this idea in my mind, but I cannot put them in words. Like certain things I want to say, but it just get lost in the muscle moving.
Mhm.
Maybe you need to check your corpus callosum. There was a study about that where they
What's
split the
that?
corpus callosum between the corpus callosum, so both halves of the brain are separate, and so people
Oh,
can form the idea, but because
yeah.
the connection between the brains are not there, then
No, but it's fine
they
with
cannot.
fingers. I can type fine. For me, I just need more training.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, I
All
think
right,
that's
man.
about it.
So,
Better wrap up.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Remember to
Bye.
like and subscribe
Again.
for watching. So bye, folks. See you guys
Yes.
next week.
Yeah. Bye.